Hello, future Bulldogs, and welcome to the James Worth Bagley College of Engineering here at Mississippi State University. I am Joy Smith. I'm the admissions coordinator for our College of Engineering, and today I'm here to talk to you about what it takes to be an engineer at Mississippi State University. Whether you want to fly the next drone or create the next rocket or solve the world's problems when it comes to heart disease, to looking and working in environmental stressors, or even creating the next cement concrete solution, the James Worth Bagley College of Engineering can truly give you a solid foundation for you to do whatever you want to do in your future. With that being said, we have 8 departments and 13 majors in our college. Our first one that I'm going to talk through is aerospace engineering. Our aerospace engineering department is one of our fastest growing departments. It has 2 concentrations, aeronautics, which is anything within the Earth's atmosphere, and astronautics, which is anything outside the Earth's atmosphere. So if you are a student and you want to work with planes and rockets, drones, missiles, even submarines maybe one day, that's going to all fall underneath our aerospace engineering department. Now, students that are in that department have gone on to work at NASA, Orion, Lockheed Martin, the Stennis Space Center, Airbus, Boeing, Gulfstream. So truly, it is a phenomenal launching pad for you to do what you want to do with your life. Our next is going to be our newest endowed program. That is going to be the Richard A. Rula School of Civil and Environmental Engineering. Now, civil engineering is infrastructure, roads, bridges, water systems. There's many different concentrations underneath civil engineering here at Mississippi State, and one of the primary ones is going to be environmental engineering. That is a huge topic right now across the nation and the world. But with our civil engineering department, it does have a brand new 70,000 square foot state-of-the-art educational facility in the Rula Engineering and Science Complex located on the very south end of what we like to call Engineering Row. It's a really great educational facility for our students, and we are really proud of that building. But our students have gone on to work for Chevron, ExxonMobil, Army Corps of Engineers, Entergy, Mississippi Department of Transportation, even the Arkansas Department of Transportation. There is a big need out there for civil engineers, but it's also very versatile. So if you maybe don't want to be locked into an office forever, then you can do civil, because if you want to be outside on a job site in your work boots, you can do that. But if you also maybe want to run your own company, maybe your own construction company one day, then you can do that too. It is all up to you, and you have that choice. Our next department that I'm going to talk through is our Dave C. Swam School of Chemical Engineering. It is another one of our endowed programs. With that being said, that department has 2 different majors in it. There is petroleum engineering. Petroleum engineering is very focused. It's also very feast or famine if you want to think about it. But if you truly want to go into the oil industry, then petroleum engineering is where you want to go. Mississippi State is the only accredited petroleum engineering program in the state of Mississippi. It's also one of the very few in the Southeast. But if you want something a little bit broader, then we have chemical engineering. Our chemical engineering department has 3 different concentrations. There's chemical engineering practice, which is typically going right to work when you graduate. Chemical engineering research and development, which is typically looking at graduate school and going more into that developmental side. And then there's biomolecular engineering, which is typically a pre-professional track. So whether you are pre-pharmacy, pre-med, pre-vet, or even pre-law, you can go in that route. Students have gone on to work at Chevron, ExxonMobil, Dow Chemical, Ergon Refining, Hunt Refining, FedEx, International Paper, and the list could go on. It's a great program here on our campus. It's actually on the drill field. They're building at Swam Chemical Engineering Building that is actually directly on the drill field. Our next one that I'm going to talk through is going to be agricultural and biological engineering. Now, before you get super excited, let me explain something. We actually share this department with our College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. Because our College of Agriculture and Life Sciences is so good at what they do, we leave agricultural engineering, business, and technology to them. What we focus on here at Mississippi State in the College of Engineering is going to be biological and biomedical engineering. On paper, they're going to look very, very similar. However, they're applied a little bit differently. Biological engineering is where we started. Our program here at Mississippi State is actually one of the oldest in the nation. But if you are looking to solve problems with biosystems, looking more at the environment, then you would go into biological engineering. But maybe you want to solve problems with the human body, and maybe you want to go to med school. Then there's biomedical engineering. Biomedical engineering is solving problems with the human body. So like I said, whether you want to solve, heart disease, which is a huge topic, that's research that we do here at Mississippi State, or maybe you want to go and create the next medical device. You can do that as well. Or maybe you want to go to med school. That's okay. This is actually a 30% pre-med program. So with that, about 30% of our students in this department either go to med school, 30% go right to work, and then 30% go on to graduate school that's not technically med school. But then the other 10% decide to do something else. But the good thing is if you don't know what you want to do, but you're really interested in the human body or even vet school, or you're interested in, making, potentially going to work with the human body, but you don't know if you want to be pre-med or not, that is okay. You can decide a little bit later, because typically pre-med is plan A for these students. But one thing you need to understand with our biological and biomedical engineering department is that you are getting all of the maths, all the sciences, all the wonderful chemistries, organic chems that you would ever want. But then you also get a very strenuous engineering curriculum as well. So you are going to be an engineer just like our other engineering students. So if you decide not to go to med school or vet school, you're still an engineer. Now, the next two departments that I'm going to talk through are going to be our computers, or I ask students if they're interested in computers. The reason I ask that is because I ask one question, and that question is, do you want to hack it or do you want to build it? Because here at Mississippi State, we do both. So if you want to build computers, or you want to work with electronics, or you want to work with robotics, we have our electrical and computer engineering department. That is our most in-depth, hands-on department. Electrical engineering has 13 labs and computer engineering has 15. But with that, our electrical engineering department isn't just robotics or working on computers, it's everything electricity too. And here at Mississippi State, you may not be aware of this, but we are actually home to the largest privately owned high voltage laboratory in North America. So I tell students all the time, if you like to break stuff or see what it takes to break stuff, that's the lab to get involved with. It's actually my favorite to go and visit on our campus. But you start intro to circuits and you build your way up to your you are creating a product your senior year during your last 2 semesters. And some of those products have been sold before students graduated. And then's our computer engineering major. That's going to fall underneath our electrical and computer engineering department. Computer engineering is the hardware side, the actual building of the computer system, right? So when you look at the CPUs, everything inside, the outside, that is going to be computer engineering. Now, something to remember is this is actually a sister program to our computer science and engineering department. So about half of their classes are overlapped. So what that means for you is don't feel like you have to have it figured out right now. If you're like, I like both of them, Joy, that's okay. We'll help you figure that out. Next is going to be our computer science and engineering department. Now, one thing you need to understand is over the next 10 years, computers have the largest growth margin for jobs. It is one of the most stable job markets because, let's be honest, computers are taking over the world. So with our computer science, that is the theory behind the computer, why it does what it does. Then we have software engineering, which is the building, constructing, designing, maintaining of software systems. Then this year, brand new, we have an undergraduate program in cybersecurity. So when I ask you if you want to hack it or build it, that is what I'm referencing. Because how can you protect a software system if you don't know how to get in? So here at Mississippi State, we are already known across the nation for our master's program in cybersecurity and operations. We've just now brought it into our undergraduate realm. Now with this and the computer science and software engineering and cybersecurity program, you can really go into artificial intelligence, video game design, app development, that cybersecurity. There is a big need for that. So if you are interested in that area, let's go. You can absolutely do that here at Mississippi State. Now the next one I'm going to talk through is industrial and systems engineering. A lot of students may not know what this is, and that's okay. With that, industrial and systems engineering is looking at everything as a system, and their favorite word is efficiency. So they take, and this is me using one of my students' kind of illustrations, is they take the products that maybe other engineering departments make and make them more user-friendly. You can also look at human factor and ergonomics, but you can go into any industry, whether it's healthcare, entertainment, airlines, even manufacturing. All of those systems are looking to make things the most efficient. Now, here at Mississippi State, we're actually pioneering research in something that no other university is doing, and that's in athlete engineering. This is actually a cross-discipline research that is housed in industrial engineering with Dr. Birch, who is a professor in industrial engineering. But this is in wearable technology for all types of athletes, not just sports. You're looking at manufacturing athletes, military athletes, and of course, sport athletes as well. Anybody that does a repetitive movement in their body and the stressors on that body to detect precursors to injuries. It's a really cool research that our electrical engineering department is involved in, our biomedical engineering department is involved in, along with kinesiology. So if you are interested in something like that, we absolutely do that here at Mississippi State. Next, and the last department I'm going to talk through is going to be mechanical engineering. Mechanical engineering is our largest department. Okay, we have right around 1,000 students in this department, and that's because mechanical engineering is very broad. Our dean likes to joke and call it miscellaneous engineering, but that's because you take classes in all different types. One thing you need to know is we are preparing you to be problem solvers and critical thinkers. So for you to solve the problems of tomorrow, which we don't know what those are, we have to teach you what's happening today. And so with our mechanical engineering professors, they are charged to make sure that the problems and the projects that you're working on in class are actually problems that are happening to industry right now. One thing is Mississippi is a manufacturing state. We have very strong relationships throughout the state of Mississippi. You look at the Mississippi Gulf Coast, Huntington Ingalls Shipbuilding, which makes almost 90% of the Navy ships. We work with them. Milwaukee Tools, which is in Greenwood. They hire a lot of our mechanical engineering department, and they also just actually donated some great stuff to our department. Then you look at Taylor Machine Works in Louisville, Mississippi. They actually redid the SolidWorks lab here on our campus for mechanical engineering. But also Nissan and Toyota, which are the two automotive manufacturers here in Mississippi as well. Those 3 or 4, 5 that I even spoke through are just a small grouping of the companies that we work with. PACCAR Engines is in Columbus, Airbus is in Columbus. So there's lots of opportunity for you within that. One thing with mechanical engineering students is that because you take classes in all different types of engineering disciplines, you can actually minor in a different one as well. So maybe you want to do mechanical and minor in electrical. You can do that. If you want to do mechanical and minor in computer, you could do that as well. It is all up to you and what you want to do with your degree. Now here at the College of Engineering at Mississippi State, we really focus on diversification and enrichment opportunities for your education. The biggest way for you to enrich your education is through our co-op and internship program. About 65% of our students participate in this program. It is not required, but it is heavily encouraged. And I will tell you, we talk a lot about return on investment here at Mississippi State. With co-op and internships, that is one of the biggest investments that you will make, that you will see a bigger return on that investment. For engineering students, depending on your major, co-op is going to be encouraged. If you co-op, that is typically a 3-semester rotation where you go and work for a semester, classes are put on pause, financial aid's put on pause, scholarships are put on pause, all of that. You go and work for a semester, come back to school for a semester, go back and work for a semester, come back to school, finish your last term doing co-op, and then come and finish school here at Mississippi State. Now with that, that is an additional year investment into your education. Now, before you question anything, what I want you to understand is all of our curriculum are based on 4 years, 8 semesters. So if you co-op, you are looking at an additional investment of a year, but the average engineering student takes 5 years to graduate anyway. So please do not let that stop you, because when you co-op, you're making money too. The average engineering student last year made $19.67 an hour while they were co-oping. You pay a $25 co-op fee. That's your tuition for the semester. And one thing you need to understand is that some schools do require you to pay full tuition. Our co-op fee is at $25, so you're still considered that full student, but scholarships are put on hold, financial aid's put on hold, all of that. Typically, students don't take classes while they're co-oping, but some have. It just depends on you, what you want to do. Now, internships are typically 1 semester or 1 rotation. So it either be a semester or a summer. They may or may not be paid, but I will tell you, I've not heard of an engineering internship that's not been paid, okay? We have over 250 companies that recruit at Mississippi State for engineers from the Bagley College of Engineering. The Career Expo that we have every fall and every spring has a day that is specifically for STEM students. That day is so big. The last one we had in person, which was fall 2019, actually sold out for that day. So we had to spill into the second day. We have that Career Expo in the Hump, which is where we play basketball. It's called Humphrey Coliseum, but we call it the Hump for short. That entire concourse is filled with companies looking for engineers. It is a great opportunity for you to really engage with those companies, find out what you like, find out what you're looking for, and find out about the opportunities that are available to you. Now, of the 65% of our students that go through the co-op and internship program, over 90% either graduate with a job or they go on to graduate school. But I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to explain to you that that is a statistic. And a statistic is just a number. And one thing growing up, my dad always taught me is you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right? So those are great, but it's never a guarantee for you. You have to put in the work. So putting in that work, there's definitely odds that are in your favor, but you have to do the work. And I can promise you, if you put that work in, you will be successful. Now, talking through how do you prepare for your resume and things like that, we actually have the co-op and career office on the 3rd floor of McCain, which is the main engineering building. They help with resume review, interview prep, and they also will set up co-op interview days. So that is what they call Maroon Madness. So it's at midnight the day before. You can sign up. And you can sign up for as many interviews that you want, but they set up in the ballroom and you can go and sit down with all these different companies and interviews for these co-ops. It's a great opportunity for you. Another way to enrich your education is going to be through research. Mississippi State University is the leading research institution in the state of Mississippi. Within that, we are a top 100 National Science Foundation research institution. The Bagley College of Engineering, 7 of our 8 departments are in the top 50 as well. So if you are wanting to get involved in undergraduate research, that is available to you. We have many different research labs on our campus, and I promise you it's the fun types of research. You're really putting rubber to the road and learning about what you're interested in. Whether you're involved with research out at our Center for Advanced Vehicular Systems, where we have robotics research, additive manufacturing research, our automotive research, athlete engineering is out there, or the high voltage lab, where we've tested major airline companies' wings, we've tested Navy ships, replicas, we are hopefully having the Apache helicopter for the Army come in, but then we also have our Institute of Clean Energy Technology, our RASPET flight laboratory. Mississippi State University is the lead research institution for the Federal Aviation Administration Center for Excellence for Unmanned Aircrafts. It's a lot of really fancy words. We play with drones. So if you are interested in unmanned aircraft research, getting involved in RASPET is very beneficial for you. But then we also have our High Performance Computing Co-Laboratory. Mississippi State University is home to the 5th fastest supercomputer in academia here in the U.S. Our supercomputer is also one of the top 100 fastest computers in the world. It does over 5 quadrillion computations per second. Now, if you understand what that means, fantastic. But I will tell you, it's not a computer you just check your Gmail on. The other ways to really diversify your education is going to be through minors and certificates. We offer lots of different types of minors and certificates. One thing I will explain to you, minors are going to show up on your transcript. They're typically 18 or 19 hours. Most of them can be easily incorporated into your degree curriculum. Certificates are typically around 15 hours. Those will not show up on your transcript, but it's just a way for you to say, hey, I specialized in this. Some of our most popular minors are going to be through entrepreneurship, industrial engineering, computer engineering, electrical, global engineering leadership, which I'll explain in just a second. And some of our popular certificates are going to be automotive engineering, materials, entrepreneurship as well is another minor as well, or not minor, certificate. It's just up to you. Now, I will also let you know that if you are thinking about maybe going into the business world and having that technical background with engineering, we actually offer a dual degree program. That dual degree program is a Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering and a Bachelor's of Business Administration, and you can actually get that in 4.5 years. That's something a little bit different that some other schools may not provide to you. I said, we're going to talk about the Global Engineering Leadership minor. I'm going to talk through that with our study abroad. We have our own study abroad office for engineering. Those classes are taught by Bagley professors at international universities, and we typically go all over. This summer, we are very fortunate because we did get to go to Spain, but typically we go to France and Germany and then some other places. But France and Germany typically is where we usually go every summer. Those classes like technical writing or engineering economy are direct requirements or direct electives for your engineering degree, so you're not necessarily wasting time. They can vary in length, 4 weeks to 6 weeks, just depends on where you're going and who you're going with. But I will tell you, if you are thinking of studying abroad, do it. We have resources to help you if you need to apply for scholarships, things like that. But you do need to work with that study abroad office, because with that and co-oping, you want to make sure you get that timing down just right. Now, one thing I always get asked is, can I be an engineering student and have a life? The short answer to that question is yes, you absolutely can. Now, is engineering a cakewalk? Absolutely not. I will never tell you that it's a cakewalk. I will never advertise it to be. We say when you struggle, not if you struggle, because we pride ourselves on the caliber of education that we provide to you. Mississippi State University and the James Worth Bagley College of Engineering is actually one of only about 40 named colleges of engineering across the nation. We have a national brand for producing some of the best practical engineers in the market. So what does that mean for you? Well, you're going to get that top tier theoretical education. That's awesome. You can solve the equation. But what we give you is that practical hands-on application. So when you go to work, you know what you're doing. And it's why companies continue to come to Mississippi State to recruit our students to come and work for them. Now, college is the one time in your life where you will have more free time than you ever will. And you come to college for the college experience, right? Now, will you study more than the average university student? Absolutely. However, you won't think this until after you get out of college, but this is the one time in your life where you have more free time than you ever will. Trust me, I miss my naps that I would schedule during my college years, but you're going to have a lot of time to get involved on campus, and we want you to get involved. We have a great atmosphere here on our campus, and I fully understand that I have maroon colored glasses, but I really do think it's a thriving experience here at State. We have over 300 student organizations, something for every student, but we also within engineering have 35, and I categorize them 3 ways. We have competition teams, and let me tell you something, we like to win. So whether it's our EcoCar Mobility Challenge, which we are one of a very few schools in the nation that are chosen to compete by General Motors in that competition. We're 4-time national champions in that. Our Space Cowboys, which is our rocket building team. They're the 2015 national champions in rocket building. We have a concrete canoe team because yes, you can build a canoe out of concrete and it will float. But we have lots of trophies that are on display in our new building. So I'd love for you to drop by there and go see it. But then we also have Exhibitor, which is unmanned aircrafts. We have Baja SAE and Formula One SAE, which are our race cars. So you kind of get it. We like to compete, right? But we also like to serve. We have a student chapter of Engineers Without Borders. We go to countries like Zambia, Honduras, and Ecuador, and we build clean water wells for communities that don't have access to clean water. Believe it or not, it's 2021, and that's still a problem, and we're helping to eradicate that. But then you will learn engineers love acronyms. We have professional organizations for all different types of engineering departments. So whether it's aerospace for the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics, or chemical engineering, which is the American Institute of Chemical Engineers, which has been ranked in the top 10% of the nation for the last 19 of 20 years. The American Society of Mechanical Engineers. You get it, right? There are lots of ways for you to get involved in professional organizations, and we want you to do that because it's a great way for you to network, and networking is not a mythical term. Also, if you want to do fraternity and sorority life and be an engineering student, you can do that. If you don't want to do that, that's okay. We do have a co-ed professional engineering fraternity, that is Theta Tau. So maybe if you don't want to do traditional fraternity and sorority life, but you still want that community service and community building aspect, Theta Tau is there for you as well. But one thing you need to know is don't overextend yourself, okay? Don't let academic whiplash happen your first semester. Engineering students are very academically talented. So when they get to college, more than likely in high school, they've not had to study a whole lot. When you get here, that will change. So be prepared that you're going to have to study more than you did in high school, and that's okay. But don't let that stop you, and don't let that make you think that you're not meant to be an engineer, because you absolutely are. If you are a hard worker, you love working puzzles, you're a critical thinker, or you want to work on your critical thinking skills, this is where you need to be. Engineering is one of the most stable job markets you can get into. Why? Because you can do anything with it. You can start your own company, go to law school, go to med school, go and work for the government, work privately. It's all up to you and what you want to do with your life. But we're going to give you that solid foundation for you to launch into your future. Now, how do you become a bulldog, or a Bagley bulldog, as I might say? It's very easy. If you are a senior in high school right now, which means you're going to graduate in May 22 and you're going to start college in the fall of 22, our application is open right now. And it takes max 15 minutes to fill out. It's probably the easiest college application you will fill out. There's no letters of recommendation, there's no resume or anything like that, or essay that you have to fill out. You just apply. And then the College of Engineering, there's no secondary application. We evaluate you off your application to Mississippi State. So to get into the College of Engineering, because we do have separate admissions requirements, you have to, number one, be admitted to Mississippi State. If you have a 23 ACT or an 1130 SAT or a high school core GPA of a 3.5 or higher, you're going to be automatically admitted into the College of Engineering. If you have a 20 to a 22 ACT or a 1030 to an 1120 SAT, you have to have a 3.0 core high school GPA, okay? If you fall below that, then you're going to come in as pre-engineering. That's getting you in classes to get you prepared for the engineering curriculum. But what I will let you know is to start in engineering curriculum, which starts in Calculus 1, your math sub-score on the ACT, or the equivalent of that on the SAT, but know that we translate everything into an ACT score, is a 26 on the math subject of the ACT. So if for some reason you don't have that, then you will have to take some classes to go into Calculus 1, but we can talk about that on a one-on-one basis. I will encourage you that if you're a senior in high school right now, you need to apply, because our scholarship application opens up October the 1st. For you to be considered for the maximum amount of scholarships at Mississippi State, then you need to have that general scholarship application in by December 1st. Now, if you're going to be a transfer student, you have a little bit more time, because we understand some things are a little bit different for transfer students. The application is open now, but you have until March 1st to get that application in. You have the same admissions requirements. You can either meet the first-time freshman requirements if you have less than 30 hours at a community college. If you have over 30 hours, you have to have at least a 2.5 GPA. You have to have had English Composition 1, Calculus 1, and Chemistry 1 with a C or better. Again, if you don't have those, you'll come in as pre-engineering, just like students that might come in as freshmen that might not meet our freshman requirements, and we will work with you. But you do have until March 1 as a transfer student to get your scholarship application in. But freshmen, if you're coming in as a first-time freshman, make sure you get that application in by December 1st, okay? Now, after today, you're going to be on information overload. I fully understand that. I want you to take everything in, experience everything. But I'm also going to say this. Please do not let this be the only time we see you on campus. Please don't let this be the only time we talk to you. If you are overwhelmed, if you're confused, or you just need someone to talk to get through the process, you can always reach out to me. My email address is joy, yes, like joy to the world, .smith@msstate.edu. And my office number is 662-325-7182. So feel free to reach out to me. I want to work with you. I love working with students. It's a good time, and I look forward to getting to meet you in person. But in the meantime, stay safe and healthy, and Hail State.